Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Greetings everybody, guys. Today we will take a look at the crude oil instead of the gold market. If you remember, a few months ago we have made the poll on the forum when we have asked you about whether you are interested with some other commodities, CFD contracts and some other assets and analysis. And you said that yes, it could be interesting. And that's why I thought that maybe it makes sense to take a look at the crude oil, because it's also a very good asset with a significant liquidity. It's easy to trade, and the setup that we have here is very interesting. In comparison to gold market right now is not very impressive, but on the crude oil, it's a very interesting situation. I will not talk about the long-term perspective from the gold market because it demands really a very significant period of time to make the discussion of the processes that stand right now around the crude oil. I just will tell you that the major driving factor, guys, currently for the crude oil is returning of the oil fields in Syria in the hands of the government. Because in two words, to explain why the crude oil first has dropped to the $30 and right now start rising, this is not because of the shale revolution in the United States. This is just because the huge amount of the stolen crude oil in Syria by Islamic State has been put on the markets of United States and in Europe. It was legalized for the Israel and the Turkey, and as the through some Turkey and Israel companies, they will put in the trading in the United States and Europe. Right now, as the fields gradually starting to change the owner and return back to the hands of the Syrian government, this stream of the stolen oil starting to narrow. That's why, as you understand that from the Islamic State, the Turkey and Israel had bought this crude oil with really very small discount prices. But right now, the situation is changing. This is not right now, the driving factors are not some storages in the United States or something, that's all. This is just a result of the war. And returning of the oil fields in the hands of the government makes narrow the stream of the stolen oil to the markets. That's why the crude oil is rising. As the major amount of the fields are still in the hands of the Islamic State, and maybe they can't produce the same amount of the oil right now, this process will be finished sooner rather than later. That's why I suppose that the crude oil still will be rising. I think that some $10 per barrel probably will be achieved within a few months. So it should return back to the area somewhere around $60–65 per barrel, I think. Also, as you know, crude oil has the seasonal trend, and right now we're coming to the winter. So also will bring some additional support. But the major factor right now is the war in Syria. That is, shortly speaking, on the some geopolitical situation around the crude oil. Well, in the short-term perspective, guys, we have very interesting step. Actually, today we have the two similar steps on the Great British Pound and on the crude oil. They are very almost equal. So if you compare our video on the Great British Pound today, you'll see it's almost the same. So we have the completed ABCD pattern on the crude oil. We have also recent thrust up. It's very nice. And we have the setup for the Brent body trade. So we have 1, 2, third close below the 3x3 moving average. The market is coming to the major fib support around 55.50 area. That's what we see on the daily chart. On the 4-hour time frame chart, guys, we have intraday A, ABC top pattern, and 1618 extension stayed slightly lower, right at the 55.30 approximately. So it creates an agreement with the daily fib support. It means that before major reversal will start, we probably should get the completion of this 1618 extension of this ABCD. That's why here market should form some bullish reversal pattern that led to complete as target as complete the touching of the fib level. And this pattern could become the butterfly. So we'll take a look at the hourly chart. You will see that indeed market could form here the butterflies. 1.7 extension of this most recent swing up coincides with the 1618 extension target of the ABCD pattern. That's the setup that we have right now. So it means that somewhere around 55.30 you should keep an eye on the market and see where the market is coming to this area. And if we will be right about the patterns that are forming here, you could try to use it for taking the long position. The target will be, according to bread and butter rules, is the 618 resistance of the whole move down. It's approximately 57.50. So actually, as you can see, very significant distance, and $2 per contract is very significant amount of money. So that's why I think that's also setup is interesting and it's also clear. Personally, guys, I like the clear steps when forming on the market and when each time frame stands in agreement with the other time frame. So we see real good harmony between the daily 4-hour time frame chart targets and hourly chart that match to each other. So that's why it's also keep an eye on this. Maybe somebody of you will find it useful and interesting for trading.